Okay, it's gonna go on YouTube. Go live. Preparing the live stream. Preparing the live stream. Okay, it's getting there. This is so interesting doing this myself.
Yeah, seeing how the sausage is made there.
I know you said that's what was so funny. I'm like, it's so true. Oh, I think we're on. Think we're preparing the live stream. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of that. Yes, get rid of that. That's I don't want to hear myself echo. And everybody, it looks like we are on. Let me refresh my thing so I can see what's going on. And let's see videos. Anything live coming up? Yep, live. Okay. Hi everybody. And there's Frank's coming in. Okay, let's go. He's coming on. We're gonna do this. Hello everybody. This is JHM Spotlight. JLJ Media. I see somebody's watching now. Hello. Frank will be on in a second. It's me and you know homegirl, Lacretia Lyon is there. And then Frank Moran, no hat on. He's here. We're already on camera, Frank. We just turned it on. So he's muted. Well, unmute yourself. We can't hear you. You're muted.
Oh.
There you are.
Yeah, now we can.
Subconsciously, you're muting yourself.
Yeah, Frank's got his quarantine hair going there.
I like it, Frank.
Yeah, woof.
I like it. You got a little going to it and everything.
I can't get that stone cold lift that he had.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we get the buzz cut. You see his hair all of a sudden change. It was like really short on the sides. And a little bit, like, you were under and you were knocked out. And you got a haircut. Okay, got it.
Yeah, they had to do that exploratory surgery, you know.
Oh, that's what it is. Yes, that's what it is.
Bring in the stylist. We need to do exploratory surgery.
That's Frank Moran, you guys, already ranting already. And I come with my Port Charles book, just like Cyrus Renault. I was catching up on my Port Charles book.
No.
He said that. He said he was reading the book. It's like Lucy. I was reading the book. I was like, I have to you.
Is her picture on the back of it?
Yes, there is.
No.
Oh, but I thought it would actually be
Lucy. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they didn't. So okay, so let me see on the inside. This is written by Lucy Coe.
Oh, okay.
That's written by Lucy Coe. But you're right. There's no like. No, they didn't do that. It was like this is screw that. So they did that. But there's a bra. I guess because she always gets into her bra.
Oh yeah.
So hello everybody. Yeah, there's no so people are giving shade already in the chat room. Okay, hi everybody. This is different than AfterBuzz TV. So there is no link that's going to tell you when it's on. I tell you all day long. So if you're following me on JLJ Media or James Lott Jr. on any platform or the GH Mini Spotlight on on Facebook, I actually tell you what time the show is coming on. I tell you how it's coming on, and I give you the link to come to this page. So before you give me attitude, that's what the deal is. It's not AfterBuzz TV, it's something totally different. But we're here. We're glad to be here and bring this to you. It's a lot of work, so we're glad to bring this to you. And Carla is doing something else at the moment. She sends her love. She couldn't make it today. So it's just the original threesome.
Oh,
sounds dirty. These threesome to GH Report today. So that's the deal. But I'm glad you guys are coming in. Hello, you guys. Kelly Public Covers in there. Annie Goen, Daisy Flower, Michael B. Rodelli, who I saw earlier, Rosita Jones, who I saw. Days Are Alive. They had Cassie DePaiva, Wilson, and we saw James DePaiva helping set up her stuff. So I look good. So if you're an ABC fan, look at Blair and Max. Look at that. You can see them on there. And then also, we have a Soap Sunday here on JLJ Media. So after the show is over, you can go and watch Forever and a Day after show where, Miss Homegirl, Lacretia is on as Caitlin. We talk about her and Lakin on there. But we have Jeannie Young, who plays Emma Jensen, who just came on last week, and she's so funny. Me and Tony Moore do that. It's wonderful. Watch that after show here on JLJ Media. Also, the Bold and Beautiful Mini Spotlight is out with me, Tammy Govey, and Amanda Russ. That is out right now also. But after we do this show, me and Lacretia are doing the Y&R Mini Spotlight. We're going to do the recap of what happened on Y&R for its first week back. And on Tuesday, Tuesday, my interview with Chloe Lanier, Miss Janelle, Janelle Benson Jerome joined me, and we filmed today, and it's coming out on Tuesday, our interview together, and wait to hear what she has to say about her role and what James Patrick Stewart does to her as an actress.
Ooh, hello.
Oh, we got all that, so it's gonna be good. So so we're doing soapy stuff here. We're talking about General Hospital, and this is week 2, 3? I can't even tell anymore of its return. I guess 2, right? Or we've done this a couple times. So, you guys, what do you think overall?
Well, real quick, what do all of you think of the 3 soaps that came back that returned production? Which one had the most successful relaunch?
Bold.
I would say GH, like in my opinion.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, all right.
I think Bold had the best. To me, it was the best, even though it's the weirdest looking. But I think it came back with a bang. GH was close second, and Y&R was good. Y&R was a lot of info stuff. It was it wasn't anything super exciting. We're gonna talk about on our show my feeling about the bones and the skeleton or whatever, the fossils or whatever. I'm gonna talk about that. But there's a lot of kind of info, like all the shows did this whole thing about this reminds you what happened, which I'm glad, because I fucking forgot. I don't know what's going on. So I'm glad they reminded me a little bit, like, this is what happened, and they caught me up. So I'm gonna go. Frank's Fairy Week is coming up. Nurses Ball. Is that fast? I'm like, it's coming up.
Yeah.
When they said, "Oh yeah, tomorrow the nurses ball starting," I'm like, what? Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
I thought about Frank too. I was like, the red carpet. The red carpet.
I loved Ava's shade about, oh, Lucy, the one time a year you're actually relevant.
I know. Yes, but no, it's a good question, Frank. I'm gonna go with Bold because I think they really came back with a bang. But just they were the oddest looking when they came back. But I think GH is actually seamless, and Y&R was pretty good too. The way they came back was their quality was the same, I think.
Yeah.
Well, for me, this week, I mean, well, what I think I liked the most was all the Quartermain draw stuff. The ELQ stuff was great. It's just I watch it half-heartedly because I want to love it completely, but I also know that at some point Wally Kurth's not going to be around because he's going to be on days. And that storyline, and I'm gonna miss him so much because it's like finally this is like how does Ned come back from wounded pride and from being played out by Valentine to come back and retake the company? I want to see that, and I know I'm never gonna get it.
Well, he's on both shows right now, Frank. He's on both.
Yeah, but but that means I'm gonna get half the Wally Kurth, and then they're probably gonna want to give that to Michael instead because Michael's around all the time. So then Ned's going to be diminished even more, which is going to be frustrating.
I agree. It should be Ned who Valentine is facing off against in the storyline, or if he were still there, definitely Drew. This would have been a great storyline for Drew to be more involved with the family. But it almost feels like I was wondering why we have this Jason's accident stuff. And I'm like, oh, is this where Jason gets more involved with EOQ, even though he's never given a crap before? And I at least like that we had Sam say that. Like, you've never really cared about this before. Like, there was even a line where it's like, but seriously, Jason, I want Valentine to win, and no one ever gets to beat Jason except, my motorcycle wreck.
I love when they were bringing, and he kind of said too, I never really cared about it that much, but my grandfather, I'm like, now he's your grandfather?
Yeah.
I remember his grandfather before. All of a sudden, he's your grandfather, and this is important to me. I was like, but you never cared about that before, so it's kind of weird. But the thing I'm going to miss is Lindsay Hartley as Sam.
Yeah, I will say I was really enjoying that. It was a different take than we'd seen in a while, but I did see some better writing for Sam too, so we'll see.
Someone says, I'm going to sip my tea on that one. Someone says they need the accent to explain the haircut. That's what they're saying.
But that accident, like Cyrus made it like, now his right-hand man is out of the way. He can do it. Like, was he really? It was a couple days, and now he's back. So if Cyrus had pulled some great move during that 24-hour, 48 window that Jason was kind of out of it, I could understand. But other than getting to the hospital, which Jason really couldn't have stopped anyway, what would have happened?
Also, it's also kind of this thing where you're like, okay, so we did this. It was more of a plot point for Valentine to get the proxies. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
And now, another plot point to get mad at Brando for Satterfield make him suspicious.
Well, and to me, you didn't necessarily need that plot point because Sam wanted to be with Jason anyway.
Yes.
So she would have probably taken him up on that no matter what. Like him being in the accident really served no purpose other than, is there going to be more coming out with Brando? That's what I thought. I was like, oh, I kind of gave them the benefit of the doubt with this meaning something in the good direction, but now it seems more just kind of a plot point. It's like, seriously, Jason's had so many head injuries. Why do we keep doing this?
Well, and I feel like Brando must be as much. I feel like they're playing wishy-washy about, is Brando in on it? They're trying to play that. Like, did he really do it? Did he not? Because we keep seeing the allusion to like that flashback of Cyrus want to have that conversation.
Right.
And I would guess that he is only because he didn't tell Sonny about Cyrus. He told Jason, but he didn't tell Sonny. So he thought, I was assuming thinking that Jason was going to die. So you never tell Cyrus and never tell Sonny. He doesn't know.
So it goes. Cyrus is not the greatest villain. Someone agrees with leadership. I think Cyrus is so creepy. It works for me. He's creepy. He just slithers.
Yeah, I actually like him. Yeah.
He's a good actor. He's been in a lot of things for a long time. But it's kind of funny. He's all of a sudden that ponytail, and I love when Homeboy is like, and that ponytail. I mean, it's just like, it's a noise. I want to just and he just slithers in with his smarmy face. It like, that means he's a good villain. He's doing his job. And I just think he's so smarmy. But Marlon Wallace. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead, James.
Go ahead.
Oh no. With Cyrus, did you enjoy Curtis going in on him this week?
Yes. Well, I enjoy Curtis doing anything.
Of course.
Shout out to John L. Hashtag John L. Let's keep it alive.
The only way you would have enjoyed it more is if you would have done it shirtless.
Oh, that's. I can't even talk now. Now I'm just like done. Yes, with that salt and pepper goatee like mine, I love it. No, but it's kind of funny because I love when Jordan comes up afterwards. Is like, like she wanted to get really black, but she didn't. So I'll do it for you. So my man got you, didn't he? That's what she wanted. Yeah, he got you. He got something on. He doesn't. He got you a little rattled. That's right, MFer. That's right. That's what Jordan wanted to say, but because it's General Hospital and he can't make her that black, she was just like, "Yeah, my husband's her skin." And so what's going on there? And he got a little quiet. So there's somebody in that house, Frank. Somebody in that house on what's it? 347 or 342, wherever the address is. The house.
And if you move them, you'll find them. Doesn't matter.
What do you think, Lacretia? Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed the Curtis scenes too because it was just like, all right, he is not playing here. Like, and I like him just being like forcing his way to be involved in this because Jordan keeps trying to shut him out, and he's like, nope.
Like, nope. Nope. And he's like, we are married. We are married. You're gonna tell me what's going on, girlfriend, wife, whatever your name is. And so, yeah. He insisted. He said, I wouldn't let you go. And she was like, oh, really? I was like, he was like, yeah, oh, really? He was like, I was like, tell it, Curtis. You tell her you're not going to let her go nowhere.
It does get frustrating that they keep writing Jordan as not wanting to clue Curtis in on anything that's going on. That beat happens way too often. I'm like,
I feel like they should have her clue in Curtis, Anna as her friend. Like, get a couple people in there and really brainstorm this, right? Why is this the soap answer all this time? I got to get on myself and,
Yeah, like when it says, hey, reach out to Mac. I thought, like, yeah, that makes sense. Get Mac in on this.
Yeah.
Mac can run cover for you. Or tell Laura. So your guys are plotting actively against Cyrus. Why not tell more people?
Yeah. So it goes. The historian myself didn't remember the random answers. Yeah, I'm not good at numbers. I was horrible at math.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got through it.
I would say the one thing that I was bummed about, and I know we'll talk about the story a little bit more,
but bring it up now. Tell me.
But it just ties into this is with Cyrus's bid for the hospital.
Yes.
And of course the Quartermaine drama, that was great. It's nicely with Valentine, the Quartermaine drama. But then when they teased up the possibility of Nicholas, and I was excited about that because I didn't want Cyrus to get it immediately. I wanted Nicholas to be involved in the drama to give him something else other than that stupid Ava storyline. Give Nicholas something else going on in this city.
I agree.
And that just went away quick.
Yeah, because that would have been a good distraction for Nicholas because he's really looking like the bad guy in his other storyline, like hard. And it's like Nicholas is great, kind of like Valentine, where he's not all bad. So we like him being a little bit bad and really, going around the city, screwing stuff up. But you have to have those moments where he does something good to kind of still root for him.
Yeah, I agree with both of you guys. And I think, it's funny because when they mentioned Nicholas, I go, good, this is redemption. This is kind of redemption. Lulu was like, there's one of the few times I like Lulu. I was like, okay. She's like,
Lulu was good this week.
She was good this week. She didn't bug me as normal. So I'll give her points this week. But it was just kind of like, yeah, go to Nicholas. He has money. He could totally do it. He loves the hospital and an extension to Quartermain's, all kind of related somehow. So I thought it'd be great. And then when they dropped it, I was like, oh. So they just decided to make Cyrus already, not just that, but also the board chairperson. That too, really?
Yeah. How, I love how they didn't show either one of these board chair votes. It's like, okay, and now we're just like, yep, that's it. Like,
yeah. But I did like the Quartermain half of it where they had, and poor Lucy. Oh my God.
I love
Lucy.
Lucy.
They're lining up together. But again, for the writing purposes, it made sense. That she has deception. When she told Maxie, because Max tried to get on her, again, she had to school Maxie and be like, excuse me, bitch. I'm doing what I have to do because we have no company with no money. Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
We have no money. And they clue her in. And I was just like, I did what I had to do. And half of them were kind of like, they knew Lucy was under duress, kind of.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, everybody knew why Lucy did it. And it's one thing for, like, Scotty to give her crap because of the history that they have.
Yes.
But I actually, for once, since his return, liked Jax. Because Jax was actually kind to Lucy and was like, look, I get it. And he's like, I even get Valentine. That was a smart business move. Like, and that was where I was like, okay, like this was a good scene. And I liked who all they had involved there. And with that, it made sense.
It made sense. That's the thing. We rarely get sense on the show sometimes. This made sense, right, Frank?
But the one thing that frustrated me about that whole Quartermain Valentine scene was just like Brooke Lynn, just like, oh, well, I guess I'm going to go. You know you're not. You know you're not. Why are we doing this stupid bit?
Yeah.
Come on. Oh.
I gotta leave now. I guess I'll leave now. And he's like, no, you're gonna vote. You're not going nowhere. Like, why go somewhere? You're not going nowhere. She's like, okay. It's like, oh, come on, Brooke.
I mean, would that scene play better is if they went around the room and then without any prompt, it gets to Brooklyn and she goes, I don't have a vote.
That would have been better.
Yeah, I think they would have just played much better than this whole, I gotta go.
But, I was like, go on, Wally Kurth. I told him, I said, him throwing her out, going off on her, that was very Quartermain.
Yeah.
For him to do that.
And I liked Olivia, like being on her side. Because that was very good drama. This should have been the drama. I don't think they needed that earlier about him working too much. I was like, this would have been good enough to kind of start that.
Yeah, because what I liked and what I hope, and it seems like I get that from Olivia's scene with Brooklyn and the floating rib, is that Olivia and Ned love each other. That doesn't mean they have to agree on everything and that they won't butt heads about stuff, but there's never that worry. It's like, they're teeing them up to get a divorce or have an affair or something like that. It doesn't feel like it's like that. So, I mean, I want a relationship where you can have those arguments and butt heads, but you still know that with the worry about having the relationship be in jeopardy is kind of removed.
Yeah, and the thing is, I mean, it's funny because I was just like looking, going, wow, if they had more of all of this kind of drama instead of just talking about ELQ and having different family members or all under the same roof. I thought it was kind of cool. And Olivia's getting a bigger role since she's the one who's winning these last 2 weeks. She's got, I mean, I haven't seen Olivia like a month besides the Metro Court here and there. Now all of a sudden she's in the thick of things. And I know it's because Dante's coming back. So I know that's why they're ramping her up. But I'll take it because she can deliver. And the fact that she's missing her son, that's why she would be feeling this about Brooklyn. And their scene was just cute. Their scene was really cute. It was just kind of like, you didn't like me. Well, it's like, well, we're family. I mean, it's kind of, and she's a, New York Italian family. It makes sense. It all makes sense. All makes sense. So I like that.
Because I feel like the Quartermains, they need that Edward and Lila in there.
Yeah.
So that somebody's gonna try to run this house the way they want. Lila's there to check Edward. So to have that kind of hopefully reflected in Olivia, I would love to have that.
Yeah, and I would too.
Yeah, and that at least seems like what they're doing for the most part.
Yeah. So, but he's never going to be around. We're never going to see all this great stuff.
He's on both shows. He doesn't want to be contracted, he said. So he wants to be on because they didn't do him right the last couple of times. So he is going to be on when they call him on, I guess. Sorry, Frank.
I guess, but and I guess it's one thing that as the Quartermains are going to be financially taken care of because Valentino will run this company. He's not looking to sink it. But it'll be curious to see what their next moves are. But like Michael, I am whatever with Michael. It's like this. It's like, well,
I got my son. I'm good to go now. I'm good.
I almost hope, and this is again wishful thinking, but it almost seemed like Michael was getting out of this orbit and sort of out of the spotlight with that. Like, okay, yeah, you have your kid and y'all stay over there and y'all be over there for a while, and then we focus on some other people. But again, I'm afraid that might be wishful thinking.
Or wishful drinking, as we say.
Yeah. Or wishful cocaine doing in the.
It's something else. I mean, my thing. Go ahead, Frank.
So please, James, go.
No, I was gonna say my thing is I'm almost like you, Frank. I want more Quartermain drama now because we have Valentine in there now. We got the Crimson stuff going on. We got Deception. Show us some ELQ stuff. I will be very happy to get that. I'm not hopeful, but I hope they do.
Yeah, because I mean, at some point, and I'll be curious to see how they keep this dynamic with Quartermain, with Valentine running the show. I mean, at some point, they've got to try to take back the company. I'm excited to see how that storyline comes together.
Yeah, and in the chat room, Wally hasn't been on contract at Days for years. So if you watched our interview a couple of years ago, he talks about how he likes being on both shows because he's reoccurring on both. He's not on contract. Same with Nell. I talked to Chloe Lanier. She's not on contract either. That's actually, these are on purpose. They don't want to be on contract.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, they chose not to be on contract. So they have other projects they're doing. So, but with Wally, he likes being on both shows. He's got the best of both worlds. So he's liking it. So he's been on Days a long time as a contract player.
But I mean, he's still is he kind of a front burner or is he kind of used like he is on Days?
It's actually been getting almost equal time right now on Days, and Days has been running still because they're 6 months in advance.
Yeah.
So he's been on this whole time because they killed his wife, and then they brought in the doppelganger. There's a whole bunch going on with his storyline right now with Justin Kiriakis. He's on that one, but I'm telling you, he looks better to me on GH. I don't know what's going on both shows, but he looks really good on GH. I was like, on Days it's a little weathered, but on GH he's looking good. Those dimples are like brighter or deeper or something. What's going on?
Was there something? Well, I felt like in the scene where Ned comes and talks to Michael and Willow, where he comes out of the study and he seems almost like he's a little bit drunk. I felt like the way that he's kind of leaning on the doorway, like
I'm here, bitches. Exactly. Making you tired. You know what's going on there. Hi, everybody in the chat. We got 22 people. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, wow.
You're watching us live. Thank you, guys. I know it's late for some of you, so we're glad you're on here. You're not checking for Valerie. We know you mentioned that. But the other we're going to talk about the other storylines too. One of the other big storylines, there's two other ones, of course, that is Mike's descent, which is happening. But I was like, they didn't do a lot on that, but they did a few things on that.
Yeah.
But we're going to talk about the party and the whole, and I'm going to tell you so, okay, Frizz fans, because you know that you hate me and all that stuff. I get it. It's one of the few times I will say this kind of makes sense. This part of the storyline of Elizabeth being wary about old Franco being brought into new Franco's life, I'm actually for it. So I am liking the difference.
Well, it would make sense if they hadn't had issues, like if they'd had these issues before when he had the art exhibit where he had plenty of money. A lot of people's problem with the storyline is the fact that they've made it look like they don't have money, which is not true. I mean, Franco had a big exhibit years ago and made enough money to pay for Kiki's medical school and put money away for Liz's boys. And that was like a big thing a few years ago, but they seem to have forgotten it. And like, I would understand Liz having that fear with Franco if this hadn't been brought up before and nothing was said then. But I will say that the different element is Ava really using that. But we should have had more build up to Liz having a problem with that.
What do you think, Frank?
It's James is someone who is fantastic with the self-promotion and plug in the work and all that stuff.
I can't. I do.
Yes, but if you're looking at Franco, I mean, yes, he's the new Franco. He's not the old Franco. But is there something to be said for using the old Franco as a promotional tool to get eyes on him, to show how much he's changed?
Yes.
And so why isn't that not the point that they're trying to make for the Elizabeth thing of this thing ever?
I think it's lazy writing.
Yeah.
So I was saying, I'm just going to be really real with it. I think that's a great point. I think they decided to go, is it going back to their dark side? Is it going back to that way? I think they're doing, it's almost lazy the way they're doing that. Because I agree, it's like, there should be some kind of push and pull with his old side, new side. And this angle, I like the angle through his art. I like that angle. He doesn't want to kill anybody anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? I love it. So I think it's lazy a little bit.
Yeah, because that's the concept of it is a good idea, but just the execution, and because they've kind of ignored some things that we all saw just a few years ago, so it's a little like what was the point of this? And I think it's them just sort of having to write themselves out of this quad that they were trying to do with them, which could have been really fun, but they've kind of decided to make it a little dark, and you want to root for Nicholas because he's a returning, a favorite in a way, but he's really not likable in this. I love Marcus, and I like evil Nicholas, but the Kiki stuff is dark.
Well, the poor liaison fans, you're not getting no Jason Liz. Now they're going to try to put her with Nicholas. It's kind of like going that direction.
No.
I mean, it's like Ava and Franco are friends.
Yeah.
At this point, they're friends. They're commiserators. I don't know if that's a word or not, but they commiserate together. And I think that's what it is. And I think really she wants respectability, and that he wants kind of respectability too. But you're right. They're going on this whole thing that they're poor. So I know nurses make some good money. So I used to be a nurse and make good money. So I don't know what's going on there. But
yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like they're not. I mean, she's not a janitor. Like what? I mean, I don't. I mean, some of them make.
Yeah, they both have good jobs.
Right.
Franco did have all that money from his sales and other things, and it's like, yeah. So why would they not have money?
Yeah, and then he got the portrait. We don't know what happened. We're like, oh, what? We don't know. And so now the cliffhanger was the portrait, which I thought that was actually interesting. I'm like, that's gonna be the portrait. People were speculating in the chat room. It's the codicil's there. I mean, I don't know. It's like, well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's just kind of like I can't even imagine, because they didn't. I don't remember Franco going into a trance or anything. We did. I mean, I don't understand why. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I was just shocked that was the cliffhanger.
But the way they shot it was like, and they where it's just Franco lifts a reveal, pulls it down. Everybody's like, what? And Franco's like, huh? What? Looking at everybody else's reaction, like, and they're not showing the painting. Like, you could have shown the painting, and then we see the fallout on Monday. Why are we? Why is it?
Yeah.
This?
So
that part was awkward, but I liked the fact that I think maybe Nicholas screwed with it or something. Like, I don't know, but yeah, it's definitely not what the intention was, for sure. But it's like, why?
Well, it's funny, and they mentioned in the chat room, they're like, well, doesn't Liz get child support? Like, from who?
No, yeah.
Xander did. Lucky running around the world doing whatever he's doing. And I guess
Jason.
I mean, he is part of the Quartermains. Jake is part of the Quartermain, so. But I think she doesn't want to take money from them. Maybe I think there's something going on there. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I think she refused to take money from Jason, because I remember, didn't he buy the house that she's in? But that was all like.
So I don't know, but they are planning. They did it before COVID too. That they were trying to make men that Franco needs money. He needs money. Scotty has some money. I mean, so like this. It's like I don't understand. Unless they're trying to make it so that he wants to be his own man, and that's why they're accentuating the whole money issue. That he's trying to fight to be his own man. And now that I'll go with them maybe then.
I think that's kind of what they are doing. Kind of.
Lacretia, the moss on Sunny's table is the only thing that's real constant on GH. That's all I know.
Yeah, I know. It's there.
Take equity out in your house, Liz. I don't know. Just
no.
So folks show up. Some people are showing up, and we got Jackson, Nina, everybody just kind of showing up, and
for the social event of the season. I'm like, this is you're debuting a portrait for, I don't know, it was like 8 people. That was about 8 people. Like, what is this? What is this? It's not really an event. It's just like a get together.
Yep. Well, to be fair, it's like Ava doesn't really have any friends outside of Scotty and Franco. So the fact that all these other people showed up is kind of nice, I guess, because I guess Nina was there for Franco, and then Lulu was there because Nicholas. But
but she got some extras. Come on, throw some extras in there.
Because when Maxie says we're here to schmooze, so you got to stay here, Lucy. Who are they going to schmooze with? Like Jax?
Yeah.
So who are they going to?
Yeah, that was me, and that the whole that I never felt more like Lucy in that moment when Maxie was like, "Lucy, you are not being the best brand ambassador right now. You need to go." And I'm like, I have been told that so many times because that was my job title for the better of 10 years.
I love it. I love it.
No.
Love it. No, it's just completely, it was crazy. It was weird.
How do you guys feel about, I mean, because I feel like they're not showing any of the kids because they're not bringing the kids on set, it seems like. That's why we're not seeing anything. But in terms of Spencer and Nicholas now supposedly working together to game Ava, I feel like it's lost on me because if we had Spencer in Port Charles on canvas, this storyline would be more. But it means nothing to me if Spencer's just this text that I see pop up every so often.
Yeah, because I do kind of get why we don't have him yet. But at the same time, it's nice to have them working together, but it would mean so much more if Spencer was here. And yeah, like I say, this is kind of dark, but I've been kind of hoping we have a teenage Spencer come and get a little dark, be a little bit more Cassadine. And this may be it because, while I want Ava and Nicholas together, and let's face it, it's not like this means they won't get together. Ava, is totally fine with people doing horrible things. But
very true. And when she said, we need to get dressed, I was like, oh, okay. Ava's looking at Nicholas's little pectoral area. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I liked that scene a lot. That was pretty cute.
It's like, you get chest. She just words. I always thought
Freudian slip.
Freudian slip. I always thought the point was that they did kind of like each other on some level.
Yeah.
That was the point. But each did things to each other to get in the situation. So I kept thinking they go get to the part where they actually like each other. That's what I kept thinking they're going to do. Doesn't look like they're going. I don't know. They're going all over the place. I can't tell.
Well, and that was sort of what I was hoping for, is that they could have really done a good storyline with Franco and Elizabeth and the two of them, and Franco and Elizabeth realizing, they're trying to play this dangerous game and get each other to cheat, but they really want to be together, and them sort of doing it in a more fun, cheeky way rather than the way that they're going with this kind of dark, sleazy way with Nicholas. And I'm like, you could have had Liz and Franco helping them out, because I, for one, prefer Liz and Nicholas as friends. Like the Niz, storyline really could have worked at a different point, but they just, and that's the thing, is this point too with Liz and Franco, it's like this would be a terrible time to break them up, especially for Nicholas. Nicholas always looks like a really bad guy in these situations when he gets with Liz. So it's like, I don't know why we're kind of trying to test those waters again at this point in the story, when this really could have been a fun way for Nick and Ava to actually get together.
Well, I know that in the chat room, Marlon Wallace loves him some Marcus Colombo.
He's pretty cute.
He said, he goes, his first shirtless scene since his debut around Halloween. Mm-hmm. That's right.
See, and that's just a crime. We've had, as I said, we've had Nicholas on the show and no sex scenes. We just got a shirtless one.
That's it.
I mean, God.
Well, now we're not getting any sex scenes, I don't think, at this point.
No.
So I don't know what's going on there.
Except maybe Carly and Peter.
Well, I know in real life they're together, but I'm like, I just, and Maxie, I say, Maxie, just don't tell him. Don't tell him you're pregnant. Just at this point, it's getting on my nerves. And Lulu again I was on Lulu's side. It's like, she want to say, fucking tell him. That's what she want to say. Just tell him.
Yes.
I will say Maxie was the annoying one this week, and Lulu was on point, like, in most of her scenes. I was like, whoa. Because, I wanted Lulu to push Maxie off the parapet. I'm like, she'll survive. But the baby, nah, sorry.
Right, exactly.
And I don't mean to be a jerk, but it's just one of those that this is dumb. Like, Maxie doesn't need to be pregnant. She's got all this other stuff going on. I do think that maybe because that's what she's talking about, it's like, are they going to have her abort it or what? Like, because that, again, it's like they just keep toying with people's emotions. Nobody wants this. Like, why?
There were two scenes. There were two different separate scene storylines that just bugged the shit out of me. So I can cuss on here now. One was this storyline because I'm not a Peter fan whatsoever, so I don't want no Peter babies. So that got my nerves. But I said Lulu was good because she was like kind of trying to. She's like, know, it'd be good if you just tell him what's going on. And then we got Anna trying to convince Finn about his father. Finn's like my age. Oh, I don't know if he is. Probably his 40s or 50s. Who gives a shit about his father? Like, why do you need him there? It's like your fifth marriage, Anna, and he don't give a shit. I'm like, why are you putting and inviting to grandfather? Really? Like, really? I was with Finn, like, so both those sets of scenes bugged the shit out of me. I was just like, I don't even understand why we have these. I mean, those actors deserve better.
Yeah, the Finn's father stuff just seemed like a throwaway scene anyway. It was like, what was the point of this? Like,
it would mean more if we knew anything about the stepmother, because as far as I know, it's just, or her only sin is that she married his father, to Finn's point of view, too quickly after his mom died.
So, yeah, that's not a good motivator. And to me, it makes Finn look like a douche unless we find out more, which that was why when Chase came around, and he is so much younger, I almost thought that they were going to write Chase is actually Finn's son with her, and that's his issue, is that they were together, or he, cheated, she cheated on his dad with him. That would at least give a reason for this. But otherwise, it's like Finn just kind of looks like a dick. It's like, dude, that's your dad and your stepmom who's really done nothing. Like, get over it. Like, if that's just it. But I'm like, where are they going with this?
Unless they have some secret that she did to him, because otherwise you're a grown ass man. Like at this point, I mean, like, you're not even young. I mean, sorry, but I mean, I'm not young. I don't think about my father and stepmother. I don't give a fuck about them. So it's like, come on, people, like why is it pushing? So they must be leading to something bigger. I think it is, Frank. It leads to something bigger. The stepmother did something.
We can only hope. I mean, boy, because again, we need something else for Finn and Anna to be doing than just, what about Peter? What about this marriage? The longer this marriage this wedding planning drags out, the less I care about it actually happening.
I know, it's like, it's such throwing scenes. It's like, we have their guarantee of 3 scenes, there's 3 episodes this week, so let's just throw this one together. I'm like, next.
Yeah, and I guess they couldn't figure out a reason for them to be at Ava's gallery unveiling there. So it's like, okay.
They should have and go, wow, I feel like I've known him before. Like I was Silas or somebody.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It just seems really like they have please be leading to something that's like big and juicy. I don't want some lame. I mean, don't peter out on me. Don't.
Freudian slip, James.
Well, I know Freudian slip, kids. But like, give us something good, hopefully.
Peter, you're saying you didn't enjoy Peter and Dustin's little bro moment there? I got this car. Look at my car. So, no?
I was like, you got to be kidding me. Like, you got to be kidding me. Like, they're not friends. We've never seen them together ever. Yes, they're dating best friends, but we haven't seen them on a double date or anything like this. I mean, it was just such another random trying to be cutesy moment. And so that Maxie can walk up when he says, I didn't thought having kids until I got with Maxie. There's love of my life. And I was like,
I know. Like, and that's the thing. It's like, do they want us to hate Maxie? Because I love Maxie in a lot of ways. But like this week, I wanted to strangle her. Like, they're going off on Franco. It's like, oh my God, get over it. You guys had a one night stand when it was James Franco, and you just keep bringing it up. And I guess, like, it must be better than Peter, but okay. That's your problem. You're the one who acts like he's so great. And it's just like, that doesn't make sense to me. It would, Maxie and Peter being together, sans chemistry would honestly not be so bad if we didn't have to build him up, and make him love. It's like, no, we have Nathan and Spinelli. I mean, I could name probably even 5 other guys because Maxie's got a long list.
Yes, she does. Now, the other
Patrick's brother.
Right, exactly. Now, the other storyline, of course, as we move right along, the custody battle. Sole custody goes to Michael and Willow Corinthos Quartermain. Whatever the fuck their names are. So, Mills fits. And I talked to obviously Miss Chloe about this. Yeah. You'll have to hear what she says about it. First of all, she talks about her Michael E. Knight and how fun that's been. And what it's like. Because after she goes straight to that scene, when she went off on him, he was like, wait a minute, bitch. I'm a lawyer. He's like, don't mess with me. I'm a lawyer. He's like, I'll come after you. Because she's like, I'll come after you. And I was like, oh, I'm a lawyer. I'll come after you, bitch. He's like, he was ready to fight. There was no more joking around. He got very serious. Like, he wants his money, Frank. Frank, he wants his money. Don't play with me. I love it. Don't play with me.
Oh, yeah, I loved that because I was like, girl, he could bury you alive. I've seen him do it. Oh. He did it to Duke Lavery.
Isn't that funny? Yeah. He's like, well, I'll send you my check. She's like, I'm not paying you anything. And he got real serious, like, oh, no, no, ma'am, you're going to be paying me. And I was like, ooh, that little showdown there. I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, he's a lawyer.
I like Marty.
Else? Yeah, I just want this storyline of just Martin pursuing his payment from Nell. And that's all I care about. Yeah. I just want him just relentlessly going after her and systematically destroying her life.
Yeah, that would be much better than any more with Michael and Willow for a while.
Yeah, James, I've awarded you custody of any sort of interest I have in the storyline. So that's yours now. Because I can't stand anything about this storyline. Whether it's about Michael and Willow, whether it's about Nell, whether it's about Chase and Sasha, all of it, just garbage.
Up Sasha? I'm like, is this 1985? I'm like, all of a sudden she's getting coke from people. I was like, oh, okay.
Well, and I do get Sasha is pretty. Cocaine is free when you're a pretty girl. Like, but these are other girls, and like it's really just like so unbelievable. But I do give Sasha credit. She checked the stall each time she went into the bathroom. That's not going to happen again. And like, that was why I was like, that little detail of her being like, oh, wait, no, hold on. Yeah, no, Lulu. Okay.
That is hilarious. Yeah. That is.
But I was like, that little bit. Yeah.
You played a cocoa person really good. She was like, okay, let's go do something. We're going to go have a good time. Let's sit around. I was like, okay, girl. Like, something going on with you. I was like, but having Brooklyn come in, it was kind of funny.
Yeah, that was on coke for sure.
Yeah, that was on coke. And then, but having Brooklyn come in at first, it was like, this is where the losers are. And I was just like, yeah, and yeah.
Yeah, pull up a chair, you weirdo.
Let's talk. They talked it out. But Sasha runs into this assistant and like she's getting drugged and people like, go on, girl. It's okay. Like, it's okay.
It was just an awkward conversation. Oh yeah, she told me you needed a little something. Like, what? We talked.
Who says that? Like, who say that? It's like, and then she's
like this is so just like an after school special in the late 80s, early 90s about cocaine use, and it's like, man, guys, no, you should just be like, look, hey, it's pretty fun, but don't blow your whole winnings, okay?
Well, go ahead.
Yeah, just to get the official drug etiquette, I would think that. Like Lacretia, I enjoyed that she checks the stall. But then when she goes back in to officially do the bump, isn't the smarter move to go in the stall and do that? Because why are you standing by the sink in the mirror and anybody can walk in on you?
Mirrors.
Yeah, like that's what I've never understood is like, yeah, I mean, like you do the coat mirror, but that's more just like one in your hand. But yeah, doing it at the mirror, what is the point of that? Like you should just go into the stall unless it is one of those places where everybody's doing it. But I didn't think the floating rib was like that.
Like I said, I came up in the 80s and I used to go places where it was just right there for you if you wanted it. So I was back in the 80s. I don't know if they're doing that now. Maybe they are in certain circles. I don't know. But None of the circles I'm in.
Not just.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah. I mean, from what I hear, you have to go in the stall because Liz is frowned upon it. Yeah, what I hear. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that I'm, the most innocent on earth. I have been around a long time. It's been a long time since I've entertained myself in any way like that. I don't do that anymore.
What we have talked in the past about the camera work in General Hospital, where sometimes they'll go handheld for some scenes.
Yeah.
So they get handheld Sasha when she comes in to the bathroom to do her pump. It's getting gritty. We got to be handheld for this one. But so I was like, all right, whatever. I'll let that one go. But when they do the scene where they go handheld and they push in on Ava getting ready for the crazy night, I'm like, why is this pushed in and all just rickety and handheld? It made zero sense. It looked terrible.
They did also when her and Nick was about to walk in, and it was like in the hallway. I'm like, that tiny hallway. That's okay. They're trying.
It was like the West Wing there.
Exactly. They're trying different things. I guess they're trying to be a little hip or whatever. But yeah, I agree with that. I noticed that also. I thought of you when I said, I was like, yeah, I don't know what they're doing there.
Well, yeah, sure.
Oh, go ahead, Lou. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Cherie in the chat brought up a good point that the drugs that they're probably giving Sasha probably has a tie to Cyrus, because that was his thing, was drug trafficking, wasn't it? And I'm like, I could see that.
Makes sense.
And Cherie also likes the camera work thing. They're mixing it up. So
great.
We had the return of Terry. Cassandra James, the actress, was back for a minute talking to Liz. Just saying, I was like, wow, I guess she's back. So she's back for a minute.
Yeah, it was nice.
I like that they. Yeah, I was like, I like that they are doing more friend scenes, and it was good to have Liz have her girlfriend there that does work at the hospital, and is a character that we'd probably like to see more of, and sort of get to know her, because she's been around for a few years now. And we've really only had her interact with Franco, and she likes him, but yeah, that's really it.
And also, speaking of friends, we did see a good moment between Ava and Nina on the parapet. That was a good moment. They were talking.
Yeah, I actually like them as friends. Yeah.
Because I feel like Ava needs somebody for her to have that conversation with, other than just Julian. It's so it's nice to have her have some other relationship. Because other than the Nicholas stuff aside, I also like what was kind of brewing up between her and Laura. But I understand why that's kind of a little kibosh on that at the moment. So it's nice to have Nina there.
I think.
Because.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, because like Scotty and Franco are her friends, but it's in a different way, and it's nice to have like a female friend. Like, and the stuff with Laura was great, but Nina sort of serves this purpose now because of what they went through with Nicholas and Valentine, and they do share that bond. And yeah, like it is an interesting way to see these women sort of mend fences after all the crap that's gone on between them.
Yeah, they have a long history. I mean, they have a long, obviously pre-show New York when she was younger.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, oh, okay. I mean, this is kind of, they could be kind of friends-esque. I think, why not? It actually works. And, Nina's not innocent herself. So it's kind of like they can be real with each other.
Yeah.
That's kind of like they can be real with each other. And nobody's on their high horse. I don't know if they brought her back for a second. I'm thinking that this week it's going to be the Mike scenes, possibly, I think. They're kind of leading towards that. I wonder what's going to happen this week, I wonder. Is he going to go this
Yeah.
Because they talked to him when they got Wiley. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not sure when.
Because we also have supposedly the nurses' ball. Although next week episode didn't tease anything about the nurses.
Sure didn't.
Yeah, that was so weird. And they have everybody in T-shirts that say the nurses' ball. Like they pretty well just had like really like quick clips and none of the performances, which I thought was interesting. So I do kind of wonder if we'll get a fake out nurses ball, but surely, all I want is my sad piano number from Valentine. Like I'm good with just that. And then the rest of it, of course we all want to see Ned, but
Well, we see a lot of Felix last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But obviously,
which is nice.
For that. Yes, which is nice. We love seeing Mark Anthony Samuel on TV. So, but he's usually a nurse's ball. So I guess we'll see Epiphany. I'm really curious how they're going to exit, because again, there's usually more fanfare and build up to Nurses Ball. They're just like, Nurses Ball tomorrow night. Like, oh, okay. I feel cheated on some level, or like I'm missing a step or something. I don't know what it is. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just too quick. Oh yeah, Frank.
Oh, that I think on the red carpet, Maxie will throw up, and then Sam will come by and slip in it. That is my goal. That's my speculation. Because like when Lucy approaches Tyrus about this Nurses Ball, have you heard about this? Like who cares about this local hospital benefit? Who cares? No matter how many times you try to make it something, it's not.
Frank, they're trying.
Yeah.
They want you to believe. They want you to believe. They do. They want you to believe. But they do want. People in the chat room say they want to wait for Mike to go. They want Dante to come home first.
Yeah, like I really wanted that too, but
and then them come home
they
first.
pretty well haven't written Dante. Yeah.
I know. Lucy's the town pariah, so no one shows up in the audience. Maybe a couple acts perform an acoustic number. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be very interesting. Like I said, we have no previews. We have no idea. Nothing leaked on social media either. I mean, usually you'll see something leaked. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Lucy,
well, I mean,
Lynn Herring called it a baby Nurses Ball in the interview.
Oh.
All right.
Baby.
Interesting. I mean, maybe it's performances without showing any crowd shots, and we just assume that there's people there, I guess.
Yeah.
And
that would be fine.
That's fine. It could work. I mean, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, if we lose the red carpet, what a travesty! What a travesty if this goes away. Actually, it is one of my favorite things to hate all year. So please don't diminish it.
Yeah.
Well, my buddy Dion's Corner, who does GH Envy, his podcast, says, haha, Frank, I hope they find you away at the awful red carpet, so he agrees with you.
Could we just have a scene of Brad in prison watching the Nurses Ball red carpet? Like, is that too much to ask?
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, Kelly Thibault, who played Britt, was on Days Are Alive for a minute, and then she left that. So can she be available? Is she somewhere? Like, I don't know, something.
I don't know what I'll do if I don't get my George Pinocchio cameo.
Hey, there you go. It's all Channel 7. Everything's Channel 7. Self-promotion. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's true. And I did see that post with Brad, where I guess he was shooting, but he's with the creepy doctor who did the memory swap with.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, if this is the way to bring Brad in, I'm digging it. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna be very interesting. But everybody's having their own. You know, we have 30 people watching right now. Hi, 30 people. They all have their own ideas. So I mean, it's gonna be. I guess we have to sit and watch. I guess we'll find out this week how and when this will go. Will it be the whole week like they normally do? Will it be a couple of days? Again, they didn't show anything in the previews that had to do with Nurses Ball. So it's literally this is a rarity for us. This is actually a mystery. Normally we know something. This is literally a mystery.
Remember when Lucas was on the show?
Someone brought that up.
Yeah.
They said Brad Lucas should finally, Lucas and Felix should finally get together. That's what we were saying.
Sure. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Let's give Felix some screen time.
Yeah, more screen time. Like, bring him on. So I don't know. But everybody's kind of like, everybody's not sure. Everybody's like, we're going to wait and see what happens, I guess. So yeah, everybody has their ideas. We're going to find out this week, apparently, how it goes.
Well, James, real quick, because I know you talked to Chloe, but given that I did not know she was non-contract, do you have a feeling that her time here on the show is going to be more short-term? Because they seem like they're really escalating it. If I'm going to kidnap Wiley, I feel like that's like, we're ratcheting it up like this, and then she's going to be gone.
I have a feeling, too. She didn't say, but I have a feeling that's what's going to happen, probably. She'll be off the canvas again for a while.
Especially when you had like that Ava and Nicholas scene about Ava asking Julian, like, why, or Ava and Julian scene, sorry, Freudian slip there.
Yes.
You know, the chemistry just flows off.
I know it is there. It's so weird. Yes, I agree.
But yeah, she's like, why haven't you killed her yet? And, you know, they kind of laugh about it. And we have people that Nell is trying to blackmail, or we have Marty who is going to get his money one way or another. You literally have everyone in town hates Nell and wants to kill her. I do kind of wonder if we'll have a who killed Nell.
Someone brought that up in the chat room earlier.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind that. It's been a while since we've had a good murder mystery. So I thought it might either be her or it could be Cyrus, if that's how they want to get rid of him. There's a lot of people on the canvas for that. But speaking of Julian, his hair.
I wrote it down. I'm like, Julian's hair?
Yeah.
There's-
That Michael Cambius do there.
I know, totally. I saw that. That hair is something else. I actually wrote it down in my notes about Julian's hair. I was like, Julian's hair. I mean, I don't know what they're doing on set. I don't know what they're doing with the haircut stuff. I don't know how the situation is doing it. So I'm like, I don't. Yeah.
From what I understand, I don't think they have hair, makeup, or wardrobe
Either.
because you can kind of tell like the wardrobe hadn't been there because some people, they finally figured out some suits that work. But yeah, like I was like, some people, his ties aren't quite as tight, and I'm like, that may be one thing that's missing because of the rules and everything is wardrobe. I think people are having to wear their own clothes and.
I agree. I think I read on another soap that they were doing where they were just delivering the wardrobe to their dressing rooms. You dress yourself, you do your own makeup. I mean, that kind of thing. So I don't know either. So I don't know the ins and outs on General Hospital, what they're doing, but I don't know. Again, at least it looks real. It looks comfortable. I know a few scenes were done before COVID. I just don't know which were which, and I can't tell. But it looks natural. I'd say all the scenes look like they're natural, but no one really has like kissed or made out or anything. So that part's very interesting. So on Bold and Beautiful, they're using blow-up dolls and stuff. So that's a little different over there. But here, they haven't done anything. And why not? There was a few scenes, but nothing really major there either. They're all kind of just talking. So everybody's talking. Kelly says, they do. Lacretia.
Okay.
Steve said on his podcast. Okay.
Okay.
But like somebody else said, the soaps are using a skeleton crew. They are. I mean, there's not a lot of people.
Yeah.
Seriously. I mean, that's one thing. That's one thing I do know, that they actually are working at half capacity in terms of who's going to be on set. So they go. Julian is married to Nell. Of course, he looks rough.
Yeah. One of my favorite lines was Julian, like, all right, I'm going home now, which thankfully is also a bar. Like, so like, yeah. Gotta give it to Julian.
Carly and Diane have hugged people. So I'm just saying, I think some of these things were done before COVID, I think. And some aren't, so but they're not telling us which are which. So it's kind of, I'm glad, I don't want to know. I'm glad. I'm kind of just like, they're making it seem seamless. So I mean, like, so I think much of those court scenes were done before.
Court scenes, yeah.
Before, so I don't know, but they are testing. So I know they're testing. They're wearing masks off set and stuff. But it's been very cold. We live out here, like we know what it's like. It's bad out here, so it's been I've been tested recently, and I was negative. So it's everybody. It's crazy out here, folks. They're trying to work it out. So I give it to them. We make fun of the show and all this stuff, but I give it to them for trying to give us this show every day, because it's bad here, folks. If you don't live in LA, you don't understand. It's not good here, not at all. So they got to be, and those sets are very small. A lot of sets in Hollywood, everywhere, as we know, are very small. So they got to be really careful with what, they said Michael and Carly's hug was after because Michael's hair was like, okay, maybe it's hug is afterwards.
Yeah.
They're whatever. The point is, they're trying to be careful. It's not like it used to be. That's the point. It's not like it used to be.
Yeah.
It's like, so yeah, maybe they have hand sanitizer on the side, but it's not the same as it. There were a lot more scenes that were different. But I'm saying it looks natural. So I'm not even complaining about it. I'm just saying it looks really natural. Whatever's going on there. It doesn't look like some of the other soaps. They're Bold and Beautiful. They're 6 feet apart. They're literally standing one over here, and one over here. It's crazy looking. But I like it.
Yeah, GH doesn't look that different.
No,
but yeah, like I will say, like, yeah, Bold, it is very bold, the obvious differences.
Bold. It's very bold. Yeah, it's very bold. But that's my whole point, is that GH looks really good because it looks very natural. So that's the exciting part, is that it doesn't look so strange. And Y and R2 look very natural also. But there were scenes that were done before that they're mixing it with scenes now. That part I do know, but I don't know which scenes they are. So I just know some are. So
I mean, I feel like the biggest one for me is just Michael and Julian's hair. But other than that, it's pretty seamless.
Yeah, very much. I know their hair. Their hairs. But yeah. Well, it's somebody's asking if they'll bring in Michael's real life girlfriend, Courtney Hope, on Bold and the Beautiful. She just got let go on Bold and the Beautiful. She's a redhead, so I don't know. They don't need any more people on there. They need to work with the folks they got.
Yeah, they're not giving enough
Yeah.
people on there. They could definitely be used more.
Well, people are saying, and this has been a big debate out there. They're saying this in the chat room. It's been a big debate online. Should have they done the COVID virus as part of this general hospital? And a lot of fans said no because they don't want real life on their real life. Some said they should. So I'm seeing in the chat room. I'm seeing both sides. So I don't know how I feel about it. I don't have an opinion either way. I don't know.
I mean, from a production standpoint, it kind of makes it easier in a sense because you just wear masks all the time and you're doing your stuff. But as a watchable piece of entertainment, I don't think I'd want to watch everybody in masks doing their scenes. I don't think.
Well, to me, if they did it well, like they have done like epidemic stuff pretty good in the past, like when Jerry Jacks poisoned the water supply, and then with the encephalitis plague that killed Tony and thankfully Courtney. But it's one of those things that it's like if they could do it well, I wouldn't mind seeing it. And like we say, it could have like people like Liz and Felix that we kind of want to see more of, and in the hospital, like working and being a part of the story. But the way that they've kind of done some of the things we have now,
Yeah, no, I'm not for or against it. I don't know. I mean, I get that Finn would be good at this, and I get it.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Because Finn would be. Yeah, he is an infectious disease specialist. I was like, makes total sense.
It does. It totally does. I don't have a feeling for or against it. So if they did it, I'd be okay. If they didn't do it, I'd be okay there. But I know some friends are like, no, don't do it. I live it right now. I think that's the problem. Because we're living it right now and we're living it all together, it's a little different than if something had happened and you kind of incorporate it in. We're still in it. So I think a lot of people are just like, no, it's just too much. I want my escape. My hour escape is just General Hospital. I don't want real life in there. So I get that side of it too. I get that side of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down for more of the escapist idea, but if you wanted to introduce allegories to COVID and explore it that way, sure.
I have no problem with that. I have no problem. But I just think it's people are bringing it up in the chat room now, and I've heard this argument online. Don't bring it on. Bring it on. Don't because it's a hospital. It's General Hospital. So I understand where it makes sense. And they've had stories like this all the way back to the 70s with Lassa fever. They had that happen. And then so they've always had every 10 years or so have had a storyline like this. So how timely is it? So I don't know. It's just very interesting. But we'll end it on that, kids. We'll end on that note because we've already gone over an hour. And I know that's it, Frank. Unless you have one more thing. One last thing you want to add. We'll end it with Frank. What do you want to say?
Oh, no. I would only had said if GH had made the move to start when they come back, where we're picking up in real time and COVID had happened and everybody's in masks. And we're just saying, like, we're the last episode that we saw back in May. That's when everything got shut down because of COVID. And then we're picking it up from then. You could have jumped ahead, but since they didn't do that, it just makes sense to just not even treat it at all as a thing.
Yeah, they do that.
Yeah, that would have been smart. Yeah.
I agree with that. I actually agree with that. But you guys, thank you so much. And the 30 people who are watching, we I'm so glad you guys watched. This is JH Media Spotlight here on JLJ Media. Make sure you like the page, like the YouTube channel. There's a subscribe button. Hit it so you know what's going on. Thanks for the likes in there. We appreciate it. Thanks for watching our last episodes. It was like we did. I mean, did really good numbers. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Your playtime is over. Frank, tell them where they can find you on the interwebs.
Find me on Twitter and the Instagrams at HappyGoJackie.
Lacretia, do your thing.
Since I'm Lacretia Lyon, guys, you can always find me at LACRETIALYON anywhere on the internet, since there is only one.
And you can catch her on Forever and a Day twice a week, Mondays and Fridays on JLJ Media. It's an audio-only soap opera, so make sure you watch that. Watch that. Listen, I said watch it. Listen to you can watch it. You can stare at your phone. Listen to it, and it's on. And you can find me where all James Lott Jr.'s are sold at James Lott Jr. and all social media platforms. I'm the narrator on Forever and a Day. For everyone on episode 5 tomorrow, you'll hear my voice doing the narration. My deep voice telling you where they are and what room they're in. So we're doing that. And everyone, please be safe. Try to stay as sane as you can. If you're in hot areas, stay hydrated. Be really careful. My heart goes out to all the fires that are going on here in California, Southern California. I see the cloud from my house. It's not. I mean, I live like 30 miles away. It's not fun. And everyone, please have compassion for each other.
Great words, James Lott Jr.